Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently planning to invade Laurentia. In fact, I believe we declared the war. Yes we did. Now, they don't actually have any troops, so this is fine. We're just going to tell everybody to commence with the invasion, and we're not going to have any problems with this. So that will make things not exactly cleaner for fighting against Louisiana. Things are still going to be awkward for Louisiana, no doubt about that. I do want to make sure that we finish up all of these constructions, and there will be a bunch more of them that we're going to want to finish up. So we're not going to be done with that anytime soon. These guys are just not going. Can you just go? Like, just walk into Yukon territory. You'll be fine. They have literally no troops. So inward we go. We do have these infantry divisions that will go into our reserves. Cool. No problems whatsoever there. Well, I mean, there are problems with our reserves. Don't get me wrong. We're going to have way too many units in this single army, and none of them, I repeat, none of them are going to have enough supplies. That's not the point. For now, we are just making our way in, and this should fall reasonably quickly here. I don't think there's going to be any major problems. I mean, obviously there isn't. They have no military, right? I mean, there's no way there's going to be problems. We'll head in over here, and our invasions are underway. Are you going? You can go. Oh, okay. I didn't notice that that was a separate province there, but that's fine. Cool. I don't know if these guys are actually just making their way over here. Well, whatever. We appear to have this under control. There's no naval invasion required here. We could just walk up. So that's fine. We're going to grab this location over here, and Laurentia at this point, you know what? We can just tell everybody, just walk. It's up to you guys. Walk up here, and then walk here. Cool. That should solve that. That war should be over. This modern tank brigade can head on over here. These guys have no orders. To be expected. That is certainly to be expected. So that's okay. We're going to finish up Laurentia here extraordinarily soon. Whenever we get around to walking. I mean, it's a little difficult to get around up here. I'm not going to lie. This is March in northern Canada. Like, it's not going to go well. Not for a bit, anyway. We'll need it to thaw out a little, but it'll happen. We're not in a rush. We are continuing to build all of our civilian factories here. And in fact, I want to continue to queue up civilian factories up here once we can, if there's any to queue up. Yeah, it's definitely very slow going up here, but they should capitulate very soon, realistically. We're going to make sure that we grab this. I'm not sure that anybody is currently grabbing this location, so we'll just head over there next, like so. And keep in mind that we don't have our infrastructure in North America built yet, right? We're still building all of these civilian factories, and then after that, we still have a ludicrous, truly ludicrous number of supply hubs and railroads to go. So that'll take some time. This is not surprising. Laurentia has capitulated. Also in the category of not surprising. So we'll submit all of those demands and confirm an exit. This is now our territory. And with that, we can queue up a few extra supply hubs if we feel like we really need them. I don't feel like we really need them, but we may as well. So we'll queue them up here, here. That's actually like right next to this one, so I don't think that's necessary. Maybe one like here. And then I feel like that's all we need there. So then railroads over here would go simply like this. And then connecting in like that. We may as well run one up like so. And then one coming over from here to here. One down like that. One over like so. Down to here. And then potentially connecting in like that. That should be more than enough interconnectivity. Although I do feel like we should have a railroad like that. Okay. So something along the lines of this. Now, we probably do want to prioritize the civilian factories here, but honestly, they are working on the civilian factories, and the railroads will finish up fairly quickly. So I think that's reasonably fine. Now, as far as this goes, Louisiana. This is a potential problem for us. We can have our Marines man, like, out over here. So we can have the Marines man here, and then we can grab half and then half again for, like, 6. These 6 can then come man down here. So it would be something like that. The Marines covering this area. Then we can have an army group here and an army group here, in theory. But we really don't need that. I think having our lines fairly thin isn't necessarily bad. So we have one army frontlining here. We have one army frontlining here. That's going to be a very, very thinly garrisoned army. And then we have one army frontlining here. Potentially, if we can get there, one army frontlining up here. But honestly, I think we're better off having this be an army, like 2 armies here and 2 armies here. Now, ideally, I would like to edit this front line. What did that actually do? That created a new front line. I'd like to edit this front line and have it be roughly half here. And then we grab the other guys, and their front line would be edited to be... Let's see, where is that? Here. Like that. So that'll make things a little bit simpler. And then these guys, they can have their front line edited to be basically this. And then these guys, their front line would be basically... I think that goes up to here. Yes, basically this. That seems reasonably doable, actually. So we'll get that underway. And these guys are not necessarily going to be the speediest getting down here, but that's okay. So we're working our way through all of this. We also are going to need to queue up the infrastructure up here. So we'll go ahead and queue that up in the top priority for right now, but actually I should be queuing it in the bottom priority now that I think about it. We'll just move that right on down like so, and that will be absolutely perfect. We do, however, want to queue up any civilian factories up here, which we can, and we can't. Okay, noted. So that's absolutely fine. We're going to get this infrastructure up here done fairly soon. I'm not actually expecting this to take very long. 25 days, 25 days, 22 days, 43 days would be like the longest. It'll take us at least that long to get into position for Louisiana, and we haven't even started justification on them, I don't think. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and justify this. That'll take 60 days. So by the time we finish that, we'll have not all of this infrastructure built. We're not going to have this supply hub done, but that'll be almost halfway done. So that's not too bad. And we definitely are going to have a bunch of extra consumer goods factories done as well. Or not necessarily consumer goods, just civilian factories. So that will be great. It'll just take us time to get into position. It'll be a little awkward, for sure. And we'll have to come up with front lines for each of these. So we'll say an offensive line here is, of course, pretty much just going to be, like, you know, the Michigan border. So it'll be something along the lines of that, and this guy can execute that when he's ready. These guys, they will be frontlining. Let's grab all of this. We'll just grab everything. Their offensive line is basically going to be... No, that's the front line. Their offensive line is basically going to be linking all of this up, like so. Okay, and now these guys, their front line is pretty much, or rather their offensive line, is going to be pretty much taking half of Colorado into South Dakota, and then Minnesota up to, like, the Mississippi here. Something like that. They can execute that. And these guys, their offensive line is going to be pretty much taking all of Oregon and Idaho and then into Montana. Did I say that this was Colorado? This is Montana. Okay. What am I talking about? This is neither. This is Montana. This is Wyoming. Okay, well, we know I'm dumb. This is not new news. So we're just going to push up through California with this army as soon as that's ready. And then these guys are going to be ready to go as well. And that should... Did we give these orders? I don't think we did. Okay, these guys are going to offensive line basically Nebraska and Iowa, kind of like this. Basically, what isn't taken by everyone else. There we go. Our justification is finished. And we can go ahead and execute that. We are not in position. We have a lot of troops still moving. So that's going to take some time. We are done with all of our railroads up here. That doesn't mean we're done with our railroads in the area. How long until this goes away? This war goal doesn't last forever. 11 September? Okay. We can give it some time. These can go into the reserves. No problem whatsoever there. So we do have a little bit of time for our troops to get into position here. The Provisional Government of Cuba? No, get out of here. Why would we want that? So we can definitely continue to expand these chromium deposits. I think that's very good. We can also repair the Panama Canal. I thought we already had, but sure. That is certainly something that we can do. And we're just ticking away at all of that construction. Looks good. So at this point, we're basically nowhere near being in position, right? Where are these guys? They're just chilling up here. Okay. Well, Louisiana doesn't have very many forces. But we may take some losses if we were to declare this as is. Our forces are just not in position. And they're not really moving forward. We can definitely order them to go forward. Why are these guys traveling here? Like, let's move all of these forces. Just come on down here, and then you can spread out once you get there. Same with these guys. We're going to order them just move on over. They can't transport to a non-naval base location, but they can... Oh. There's no naval base here. So we need at least a level 1 naval base. Okay. We'll put that at the beginning of the queue. And then that should get done in 33 days. Okay. Well, awkwardness has ensued, but they don't have that many troops in Louisiana. How many do they have? Not many. We have to go into here to see 14 to 36 divisions. We probably have enough to take them over here right now. Probably. But it's going to be rough. Things are going to be awkward. And we don't have very much time before we have to declare the war. We can definitely wait as long as possible, though. So on, like, the 10th of September is when we do that. Which is currently the 1st of September. So we only have a couple of days left here. So the infantry division can... Oh, that did not go. That can go into our reserves. Perfect. And things are definitely a little awkward down here. It is the 8th of September. It is the 9th and the 10th. We cannot wait any longer. We have to attack Louisiana now. We'll go in, and I'm not expecting major issues here, even with this situation, but we're going to have some losses. Our troops are taking a very long time to move. No doubt about that. But we're going to head on in, and we're going to get some immediate gains here. Which is good. These guys can all head in here. That'll get some stack wipes done. Cool. And we can see that they're attacking out over this way for sure. So I want these units to head on over. Cambodia joined Louisiana. Okay, so... that's these guys here. Do they have anything else? I don't think so. We can grab some of these reserve troops in this area. We can form a new army with them temporarily and have them come down over here with an offensive line of this. I don't know that Cambodia actually has any troops. They don't. So realistically, we don't even need to do this. We can just tell this guy, move on in here, take over all of Cambodia. That's all we need to do. Is this Cambodian? It is, but there's no available land route to that. That's only a mild awkwardness. Okay. So, we have these guys cut off at this point. They should get stack wiped. Cambodia has capitulated. And we'll get these guys in here. That's stack wiped. Beautiful. Once there, we can head on up north. Okay. So, this army is now going to come in and frontline over here. And help us on that front. Cool. Now, our armies are still just nowhere to be seen at this moment. But that's fine. Are you guys not attacking? Go ahead and attack. I don't know why you're not attacking. Sure. Okay, so where's the Louisianan capital? Minnesota, huh? Okay. Which is actually Kansas. This is Kansas. Sure. Let's just walk into their capital here. See if it's defended. Cool. So their capital falls, and what victory point became their capital next? I'm not seeing one. Okay. They're just pushing up over here at this point. Let's move these guys in. And these guys are just redistributing at this point. Our forces are slowly moving into position. We knew we'd take some losses in some of these locations. That was always going to happen. But I would definitely like to see people moving in like this and cutting off like California. California has mostly fallen, to be clear. So we are seeing some gains. Hello. Now it's actually in Minnesota. So we're going to head down over to here. These guys are also going to think about pressing in here. Okay. So their capital is continuing to fall. They have few defenses. They don't have anywhere near the number of troops that they need to actually defend this area. So I'm going to have this tank unit simply head down to their capital. And they just don't have the resources to be able to handle this, right? And there we go. They capitulated. So that's great. We're going to select all of Cambodia and select all of Louisiana. We'll submit those demands and confirm an exit. Okay, so at this point, North America is fully under our control. And we got Cambodia, which is nice. A nice little bonus there. So these guys no longer really need to be on North America. However, our reserves need to start doing some area defenses here in North America as well. This is currently in South America. We'll grab like some of these more important islands. We're not going to garrison every single island, but we do want to make sure that we are garrisoning the mainland coasts here. So we'll just get something kind of like this done, and our minimum divisions are going to be insane, right? The number of minimum divisions that we need to garrison this are going to be absolutely nutty, which is fully and completely understood. So we'll bring this on up over here. There we go. Garrisoning up this way, and that should all be good. So now garrisoning over this direction as well. Okay. So something kind of like that would need to be garrisoned. Cool. These guys, however, they no longer need to be in North America. So we can send them over and have them like up in Hyperborea. For now, we can just tell them frontline up here as an army group. Cool. So they'll make their way over there. And we also need to make sure that our constructions over here are acceptable. So I would like to get a few more supply hubs over here. I queued that up at the bottom. I actually want that to be at the top. So we'll queue up there, there. We'll queue one up here. Up here. About here. Somewhere, actually these should be reasonable. One here, though, looks like that would be fairly important. At least one in North Dakota. We can have one up in Saskatchewan as well, perhaps around here. One up over here. One in Minnesota, one in Wisconsin, and one in Iowa, one in Nebraska. Something kind of like this. Wyoming doesn't need one because there's no people there, but we'll build one anyway. Okay, so we can certainly build this into our... Oh, hello. We could really use a supply hub about here. And probably one here, too. And getting this up to the maximum, although that's not a high priority. We'll do something kind of like that. This is low priority at this moment. So we'll just get those going. That should be pretty much... Nope, not here. Not here. There we go. Here. Beautiful. That should do the trick. So now we'll get that all linked into our rail network. And that will be something kind of like this. I would like to get a railway going up over this way. It's not hugely necessary, but we can get that done. No problem. Connect this up here. Heading down like so. Connecting in like that. This is still converting over, which is awkward. We can give it 7 days. And in the meantime, we can make sure that we are building out over here. This is very laggy with it ticking, which I suppose is to be expected. Oh, that's very laggy. Okay. Connecting that in like so. Okay. How are we doing on these conversions? 6 more days, 4 more days. Okay, I'm just going to let this speed forward. I don't want to deal with that lag. Cool. That should be enough, I think. Yep. So we'll get these upgraded up to level 5. Beautiful. And I feel like there should be a connection here. There should definitely be a connection here, coming down like that. There we go. And then we can have this branch off up this direction, connecting in here, and here, and here. Cool. That should connect down this way. This really should connect up here if we want to move troops around. I mean, a lot of this is very unnecessary, right? We know that we're probably not going to be fighting here. But we may as well. Just in case. So we'll get this all done. Building that up like so. I do feel like a hub over here wouldn't be the worst possible thing. Just because there's a lot of empty space there. And then that can connect up over here. And then this can connect down to about here. That connects in. This connects here. Cool. Something like so. And the railroads themselves won't take too long to build, but the supply hubs will take a while. I have no doubt about that. And then we can connect this in something like that. I'd love to have a rail connection up that way. And then one down into Illinois. Sounds good. Okay, we've kind of missed a supply hub in Michigan, and we can put one like here. And then that could just be connected up to the main rail network like so. Okay, that seems good to me. We'll get that underway, and these divisions can move into our reserves. We're gonna need them. And that all looks good. So our constructions are underway. The question is, can we queue up more civilian factories in North America? And the answer is absolutely we can. And so we shall. We'll get those queued up. And then we will also queue up our infrastructure over here, although this is low priority. So we will just get that underway like so. And now it is about time to put a cut in here, so as soon as I've got this done, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, I don't know if we're going to take an episode off of war and just work on our constructions. It doesn't sound particularly like good viewership, but it is something that we kind of probably should do and work our way through that huge construction deficit in the Americas that we built up. It wouldn't be the worst idea. It's something that we're thinking about. For the time being, it is time to put that cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, well, we just went through what we're going to do. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisil, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.